Sales is a desperate thing, and the people who are selling around me are desperate. I think this is not going to work for you, and the business might not be the thing you do. However, if you have done a presentation and then you issue a contract, that means you've not really closed. If you do a presentation, you must go through the stages, you must negotiate, you must know the starting date, etc, etc. So the challenge possibly this individual is having is that they have done a presentation, they, of course, clients love the idea, but they didn't take it to negotiation. What does that mean? They didn't go in depth to understand the customer's issue. So, say for example, you're selling an ERP system. An ERP, for those who don't know, is what is called an enterprise resource planning system. If you come and present, say for example, the system is based on Navision, Microsoft Navision, and you come and present all these nice features it has and what it's able to do and the things that, the kind of reports you're able to get, but you have not understood my organization and what our organization's needs are. Regardless of whether the customer is the one who called you and told you come and do a presentation, or you actually just pitched and they called you for a meeting. If you have not sat down to understand the needs of the customer, then the purchase decision is going to be slower because you're not serving them, you're not really figuring their problems out, because everyone wants they understand that you have understood their problem. Everyone wants to have a better day tomorrow, so they want to fix their problems as soon as possible. If the customer is not ready to buy, we have not really crossed that bridge where they want to solve their problem tomorrow. So what you need to do immediately is change your process and figure out how do I understand the customer's problem, how do I fix it, and how do I communicate that this problem can be solved tomorrow. All right. Maybe another question before we receive the next call. I'm in the events business and I get a lot of inquiries, but most people disappear after the first quote. Is it my offer, my pitch, or something else that is pushing away? Challenge might be that you're actually giving a quote without presentation. This is a problem that we have. You are discussing the pricing before people have understood what you're doing or the kind of value that you're offering. So if a customer tells you, oh, I'm having a wedding and it's going to be a 300-person wedding and I want it at this place, and then you jump into doing a quotation for that, then the customer will hold back because they don't know why they are buying from you. But if you maybe took them through an experiential presentation where they could visualize how the wedding would look like, if you're going to put this kind of tent with this kind of chandeliers and all that, then if they're able to imagine themselves in that space, imagine the decision to make the move with you is going to be so much easier. So if you're going straight into quotations, then that's probably where your problem is. So and that's probably something you will need to be fixing. So maybe we can take one more call and then see if we can close soon.
Hello?
Hello. Hi, Veronica.
Hi, how are you?
Very, very well. Thank you for calling in. So, yeah, ask away.
Alright, so what tips do you have for someone trying to grow a product-based brand on a tight budget?
Okay, maybe you can give me a bit more details. So, what are you selling and where is the budget tight?
The budget is tight because there was no funding per se, but something has to be done to move forward.
Yeah.
So the resources are not there.
Yeah.
And for me, I'm in the intimates category.
Yes.
Yes, so I deal with women.
Aha.
Yes.
Okay, and so you're selling intimate clothing?
Yes.
Okay. And so where do you feel the challenges in terms of sales?
One, getting the money getting a budget for marketing.
Mm-hmm.
Then two, though I know someone else has asked about it, how to actually make a conversion after you've communicated with someone and you've given them all the information, and then when it comes to purchase, that's where they're a bit hesitant.
Okay. So there are two things you could do when you have low budget. The kind of content you create could be okay. So, and I know we've had sessions with even social media experts, and they say advertising is great, and that one will propel your business much further. However, even just the content you create online, for example, I'm assuming those are the channels you're using, will attract the right customer if you understand who your customer is. All right. So now, do you have an understanding of who you're selling to specifically?
Yes, I have a specific niche.
Okay, maybe give me a brief on who the niche is.
The big cup girlies. I have their brand and I have their panties.
Okay. And now, outside of sizing, what else do you know about your potential customer?
I know they love comfort because most of the time they don't get bad, and they also love looking good.
Okay. But what are their attributes? So outside of what they like, who are they?
They're women who are very busty.
Okay. Maybe they think what I can maybe advise is, first of all, you need to figure out who they are. So say let's call your client Betty. So Betty is plus size. Betty is likes comfort, and Betty is struggling to find intimate wear. Okay.
Yes.
But who is Betty as an individual? How old is Betty?
Okay, most of them are between 30 all going to 65.
So Betty is between 30 to 65, okay?
Yes.
And how have you priced your products? Are they a bit pricier or are they lower in market?
I would say they are very affordable.
They are very affordable.
Yes.
So that means you have a mass market, right?
Yes and no.
But why not?
The pricing, if you were to compare with what is out there, the pricing is right in the middle.
It's square in the middle.
Yes.
So it's not too cheap, but it's not too expensive. So it's right there in the middle. So we could say Betty is, let's call Betty, she's 35, okay?
Yeah.
She's bustier, maybe she has 1 or 2 children.
Yes.
Betty is a career woman. She's probably working at say a bank, for example.
Yes.
All right. So Betty probably earns somewhere. So how much is one bra, for example?
One bra right now is going at 38, between 33 and 3800.
So what kind of salary should I be earning to be comfortable to pay that much for a bra?
Around as low as 80.
But remember I have 2 children that I'm paying school fees for, isn't it?
Yes.
So I would put my Betty at a salary of about 120,000.
Yes.
All the way maybe to about 300,000. Because by the time I'm earning 400,000, I'm very comfortable to walk into Woolworths, isn't it?
Yeah.
So maybe she's earning between 120 to 300,000. Okay.
Yes.
Now, currently, when we sell on social media, or the person we are talking to on social media, are we talking to Betty?
Yes.
No, as in when we are creating content, are we talking to a person like Betty? What does Betty consume in terms of social media?
She needs someone that is relatable in terms of the capsizing, someone more close to her capsizing or the same with her capsizing.
Okay, so I'll tell you 3 things. So 3 things that you want to be posting on your social media. 1, you want to be selling your product. Number 2, you want to entertain your audience.
Yeah.
But number 3, you want to educate your audience.
Yes.
So that's how you build engagement on social media, all right? So if you were entertaining Betty, what does Betty consider as entertainment?
When you're offering her solutions that make sense for her.
No. What entertains Betty?
Getting her right size.
No. We're talking about entertainment now. What does Betty enjoy in terms of entertainment?
She loves to listen to very noisy music. To a more mature kind of music.
Yes.
She also likes to laugh. To let go of some steam. And she enjoys good family time.
Good. So what kind of, say for example, if you're doing humor, what kind of humor does Betty enjoy?
Humor that shows, for example, you can show one around family, life chaos around family, but still finding something that is yours, that is just yours.
Fantastic. Now we're talking. Then, now what kind of information does Betty want around intimate wear?
Where to get it.
What else?
Conveniency of if she chooses to just be at home service, so delivery can be done home. And also some point, even like taking products to her so that she can do home shopping, conveniency.
Well, that is the sales process, and that's what she wants out of the sales process. But in terms of if you're going to do an informational video in terms of content, what would she want to know about the product?
That the right size is available for her.
No. Let me give you an example. Would Betty want to know how to care for her bra so that it lasts longer?
Yes. How to, like, I can do a video showing how to take care of her bra. That is maintenance from washing to hanging to storing.
Exactly. Would she want to know what bra would be suitable for her so that she has packier boobs for a longer time?
Yes.
Would you want to know what is healthier for her in terms of underwear?
Yes.
So is that, you see, that's the kind of content we should be creating that creates engagement and attracts the right kind of buyer. So and if you're doing that, this costs you almost nothing to do. Right? So it's a very, very cost-effective way of attracting customers without spending too much money on marketing. Then when you do have to advertise, you don't use too much money in terms of boosting or in terms of setting up your adverts.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it does a lot.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you for calling in. We really, really appreciate your question, and we hope to engage more.
For sure.
Okay, great. So I believe that we've covered most of what we need to do in terms of increasing sales. But the final thing that I want to address is what we call our sales system. Now, if you don't have a system, and I don't necessarily mean an IT system, but a system of ensuring that we are nurturing relationships with our customers, we're likely to lose. I have had this conversation with one of my clients just recently, and I was asking, how many customers have you served in the last 3 years? And she was telling me she served, I think, about 1,500 customers. And we were checking how many are repeat. In the last 6 months, very few of them had come back. So if you don't have a system of nurturing the relationships that you have with your customers, then you're losing a lot of money and you're leaving a lot of money on the table. Because these are people who already have an understanding, as I had mentioned earlier, of the services you offer, the value you offer, and they just are not feeling like you care enough about them to want them back. So you need to create a system where you're continuously nurturing these relationships so that you're able to continuously sell to them. So what does that mean? Make sure you have what is called a customer relationship management system. And this is now when we're talking the tech part of it. If your system is sitting in Excel and that's all you can have for now, that is fine. But ensure that you're able to continuously engage with your customers. If you have a CRM, perfect. Ensure that you're continuously having an engagement with them. Ensure that you're continuously repeating the cycle. I sold this to you, now I'm ready to sell you this other thing. I'm now ready to sell you this other thing that is taking you to another level. And ensure that you're also upgrading their status or relationship with you. Same way that airline will do, they'll give you miles and you'll move from being a bronze customer to a platinum customer the more you buy from them. And then they give you more packs and you give them more value for buying from you long term. So that system must be kept, and you must ensure that you're increasing the value that you're offering to this particular customer. Now, if you're struggling, and honestly this conversation, we've had it and you have not understood anything, Janta has launched what we call a sales catalyst system. What we do is we come, we audit your sales team, we audit your sales processes, we talk to everyone who is involved in sales. So for example, if your receptionist is involved in sales, if say for example you're in finance and your tellers are involved in sales, we audit your sales system, we develop a strategy for you, we develop the processes for you, we train your team. If you need them to be rehired and fired or whatever that needs to happen, we do that for you. We create performance management systems that support that sales process, and then now we leave you with something that goes beyond just training. Because I feel like today in 2025, we should not be wasting money on sales training, because that's not going to fix the problem. We're throwing money at a problem that we're not fixing. The problem could be you as an organization, or the problem could be the people you hired. The problem could be that you're not training your team, or you didn't hire for the right job, or that the sales strategy sucks. And that's just the honest truth. So if you don't, you're unable to fix this problem just on your own, reach out to us on 0726061607 if you're in Kenya, or you could write to us on info@jantakenya.com, and we'll be able to give you more information. For now, thank you very, very much for engaging with me. If you have any more questions, feel free to reach out on DM, or you can email us, or you can give us a call, and we're really, really happy to serve you. Thank you very much for giving me your time, and goodbye for now.